So preventing injury in sport. Physical activity comes with a risk of injury, but this risk can be minimised by good practice and knowledge of potential hazards. Health screening. They use the PAR-Q questionnaire. Many health clubs and gyms and other physical activity providers use a questionnaire methodology to ensure that participants are of good physical health to start a program of exercise. The Physical Activity Readiness Questionnaire, or PAR-Q, is a common method of uncovering health and lifestyle issues prior to an exercise program starting. The questionnaire is short and easy to administer and reveals any family history of illness. The PAR-Q reveals any issues. It is advisable for participants to seek a doctor's advice or a GP referral. So they fill out this questionnaire to check they are physically able to participate in a physical activity. Prevention of injury. Risk of injury can be reduced by following the rules of the game, using personal protective equipment, wearing the correct clothing and footwear, warming up and cooling down, using an appropriate level of competition, lifting and carrying equipment safely. The first one is rules of the game. Now we've given an example of cricket that the bowler must bowl from behind the line, so the batsman's got enough time to hit the ball. Other examples, maybe football, you can't tackle with 2 feet. You can't jump in on a tackle anymore in order to worry about breaking someone's leg. So following those rules of the game is to ensure safety. Personal protective equipment. So if you think of a number of different sports, we actually wear protective equipment. So in football, you wear shin pads. In cricket, you wear pads, gloves, and a helmet in order to make sure that sport is safe. So every sport could have protective equipment in order to keep the person safe. Now, if you have a question on this, you need to make sure that you say what the piece of protective equipment is and what sport is it from. Correct clothing and footwear. So a lot of the time is when people wear incorrect footwear. So people wearing trainers which are not appropriate to play sport in. So sort of fashion trainers which don't give any ankle support could twist an ankle. If you're actually thinking PE lessons, we actually ask you to take your jewellery off. So the fact that if you're wearing jewellery and that gets caught, it might be that you're wearing trainers when playing football outside on the mud, you're not wearing boots, you don't have enough grip and you slip and fall. Okay, it might be wearing other items of clothing which are inappropriate for sport. So it's really making sure that you wear sports clothing which is suitable for the sport you are playing. Use your warm up and cool down. So we've been through this in other videos, and that warming up to get your muscles and joints prepared, and making sure you slowly raise that heartbeat. Now, and the cooling down is the same. It is getting your muscles back to normal and getting your breathing back to normal in order to reduce. That's the key word we use in PE. We use the word reduce. You can't stop injury, but you can reduce injury. Appropriate levels of competition. So with this one here, you actually think in school, appropriate levels of competition, we usually play in age categories. So you have under 11s, under 12s, under 13s. So you're playing against people your own age. Now, as you get older, you actually then get put in genders as well. So girls will play against girls, boys will play against boys. You also, even in adult sport, you could put in different weight categories. So in boxing, you could have a heavyweight division, you could have a flyweight division, a welterweight division. You're actually now put in weight categories as well. Now, this could also go on for appropriate level of competition. Would be, for instance, if I decided to want to play a little bit of rugby, I wouldn't go and play in an England international match. The likelihood is I would get hurt because I'm playing way above the level where I should be. So there's lots of different ways to make sure we have appropriate level of competition. So age, weight, actually ability, lifting and carrying equipment. So in sport, you might be asked to move a bench, you might be asked to carry the footballs, it might be moving goalposts. So to prevent injuries such as back strains or broken limbs, all large and dangerous equipment should be moved safely and correctly. Correct posture should be maintained throughout. Bend knees, back flat and straight. Keep waist object close to the body. Extend legs to lift. And care taken when placing the equipment down to prevent foot injuries. Things like trampolines, vaulting boxes, movable goalposts require training to set up them and put them away safely. Potential hazards. So questions in the past have been, what potential hazards have been in a sports hall, what potential hazards have been in a swimming pool, what potential hazards have been in a fitness centre. So here we've got potential hazards, the floor, if it's slippy, if the floor is too hard, if there's equipment on the floor which shouldn't be there, is equipment stored away, has equipment deteriorated and become dangerous. Okay, these are objects on the floor such as broken glass. Okay, are there trip hazards? So someone left a bench in the wrong position, someone left a cupboard door open which you could run into. So when you go into a sports hall next, have a look to see what potential hazard you can notice. Then we've got a fitness centre, appropriate levels of supervision, equipment, weights machines, are they well maintained, are they checked? Users given adequate trainings, you go for a gym induction to tell you how to use the different bits of equipment. Correct hydration levels, are people actually drinking enough? Other people are a major hazard in both sports hall and fitness centres. If you bump into people playing sport, they are a hazard. Okay, hygiene, people not wiping down the equipment. Then slip hazards in changing rooms, in showers, or if someone spills a drink actually in the fitness centre. Playing fields, well, the pitch, obviously, straight away, if the pitch is maintained, it could have holes in, it could have ruts, grass could be too long, too short, it could have broken glass on it, so the pitch needs to be checked. Okay, as there, it says stones, bottles, litter. Once again, equipment, are the goalposts safe? Are the nets safe? Are the corner flags safe? Are the actual ball you're using safe? Artificial outdoor areas. So once again, surface, it's a surface not too hard. Has it been worn away in parts? Has it come up in parts? Is there enough sand on it? Is there enough water on it? Are there any litters around? Are equipment once again still a danger? Okay, is there a dividing net which cause problems? Is there space where you can run off, or is the cage actually part of the pitch? Swimming pool, so is there a lifeguard on duty? Are there signs to tell you how deep it is? Are there rules to say how to behave in a swimming pool, such as no running? Poolside, well maintained and cleared, so there's no trip hazards such as floats. Are equipment stored away safely? Changing room and showers, are they clean, maintained? Any slip hazards? Here are some questions. Have a go. Any problems? We can talk about it in class.